It was a crisp autumn morning here in New York. I went to the Stormville Flea Market and picked up some books for the PC, silver and bronze books, and some other stuff. Let's take a look at what I grabbed up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hello panelologists, this is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. And before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out the description of this video for links to my eBay store, my email, my Instagram, my whatnot. And we had a flea market in the area this morning, so I ventured out to the Stormville Flea Market. You can probably hear that it's a windy morning here. I'm at the Stormville Flea Market. It's a beautiful but breezy fall morning. Got here a little later than I wanted to. I did hit the snooze button, which I'm sure annoyed my wife this morning. So we're on the hunt for comic books. It's pretty quiet so far. So we're gonna check some stuff out. And there's actually two sections to the flea market. The front one has different vendors, and flip this around, and they're like lemonade stands, and you can get your pickles and smoothies. And really on the other side of the porta potties, most of these people tend to have newer stuff, a lot of clothes and what have you. But in the back are where what they refer to as the antiques. So that's what we're going to be hunting through. And see what we find.
I'm just going to look over.
Yes. How did the damage to it?
You go off with stuff like that.
So I picked up a few books. There were two of the regular comic sellers there that I got a lot of stuff from, and then there were people with like random books. So first one, I got this Transformers Generation 2. This is a really minty copy. And I usually talk about slab, save, sell, spec. There's nothing to slab, and I think there's only one book I'm putting in the spec pile. So most of it's either going to go for sale or for into my PC. I'll talk about the PC books and kind of why. Elvira's House of Mystery from DC, early 80s. Actually, this is mid 80s. This is 86. I'll go into bronze horror. Marvel Tales with Todd McFarlane cover. He did quite a few of these at the end. Some of them are quite pricey, and others are not. I'm not, you know, whatever the distinction is. Then I picked up, these are not, I thought they were nice shape. These are good, solid mid-grades of Batman 100 pagers. $257 and $259. Those are not PC upgrades, so I'm going to throw them up for sale. I got them for a really good deal. And then I picked this up, and I had to check my CLZ app to see if I already had this in the PC. I did not. I've been picking up this series very low-key. Superman Family. I did not pay that much for it. This, I primarily been collecting this for the Mr. and Mrs. Superman stories, which is the stories of the Golden Age / Earth 2 Superman after he gets married to Lois. And it brings some other characters into continuity. And there are a few issues in which there are Justice Society member crossovers. This was when the DC was doing dollar comics, which were kind of the next generation after the 80-page Giants, the 100-page Super Spectaculars. These were, I think, 68 pages for $1 at the time. Picked up a nice Brian Boland cover in a newsstand. An issue of Kingdom Come. This is issue number 2. That great Alex Ross series. And I think that's a good time to pick that up now that the Alex Ross documentary is out or coming out. Sort of like any time an artist gets a documentary, it seems like, you know, the Dave Stevens effect is in effect. Super Team Family. This is with the Challengers of the Unknown and the Doom Patrol. I think these are new stories, but I'm not sure. But this completes my run. I think it was 15 issues. So that is going on the PC. Then Magic #1 in a newsstand. Catwoman. Nice Adam Hughes cover. Green Arrow #1. This is from his ongoing series by Mike Grell. I think an underrated series. There are really no keys in that series, but it's a very good read. And it finally gave the character, after 40 plus years, his own series. He had obviously kind of co-starred with Green Lantern in those Adams O'Neill issues. Marvel Milestone X-Men. I like to use these as giveaways. Then a couple of Harley Quinn homage covers. Killing Joke homage. And a Detective 359 homage. Those are pretty cool. Another reprint book, Millennium Edition of Military Comics. DC just did a facsimile of Military Comics #1, I believe. Then I grabbed this for the PC. Artist I like, Mike Allred. He did this adult coloring book variant cover for Green Lantern. But I just like the Allred line work. Always a popular book to pick up. Ghost Rider #15 with the first ever glow-in-the-dark cover. I didn't have this issue. I have like 2 other issues of this series. This is one of those pre-implosion DC books. This is Starfire #1 from 1976. And this is part of their Sword and Sorcery line, kind of the response to Conan's success at Marvel. They were trying several new things in the mid-70s here. Didn't work. But I don't know. It's kind of a combination because you have like these barbarian characters with the swords and the shields, and then you have flying, spaceships in the background. So Starfire #1. This is not the same as the new Teen Titans Starfire. She came along about 4 years later after this series was canceled. I think it ran 5 issues, maybe 7. Daredevil Born Again. We know we're getting that TV series. I've kind of been late. I picked up some of the early issues, but it's Jeff Johns. Geiger #4. Just putting that into the reading pile. Transformers #23. Another couple of Brian Boland covers for Wonder Woman. A triple-digit G.I. Joe. And now that I look at this, I looked at this cursorily. I'm like, is that Joe Kubert? No, it's Andy Kubert. So 113. Probably, I think, is this the most expensive? This is not a 9.8 candidate by any means, but fourth print newsstand of Superman 75. Atlas Seaboard Comics Grim Ghost #3, the final issue. I mean, for an Atlas Seaboard book to make it to 3 issues was quite the coup. Legion of Superheroes Anniversary 300. I didn't notice there's like fingerprint stains on the side here. So another run that I'm working on very low key is DC Special. This is issue 24. A lot of these issues, they were different themes. There was like superheroes versus gorillas. The last issue, 29, is the Justice Society, the origin of the Justice Society. But there were a few of these that were kind of reprints of these Brave and the Bold early issues. This has the Three Musketeers and Robin Hood, and it also has a Viking Genie. Is that a Viking Prince story? I think it's a Viking Prince story. All reprints from like the 50s. Another Super Team Family. Dollar comic. This is the Lone Spec book. I think this is an underappreciated book. It's New Teen Titans 26. It's the first appearance of Terra. I picked this up. I think I have it in my PC already, but I'm not certain. Because I never got to the point where I organized past SO in my personal collection. It's sitting in the back of storage behind a lot of boxes of collections and stuff that I really should go through. But it's Teen Titans number 43. This is from 1973. This is the last issue of the series before it was rebooted about 4 years later. So Nick Cardy did the interiors, but I think this is an Ernie Chan cover. But the reason I picked this up too is it's really nice. It's about a 9. So that's going in the PC. Then I saw this and I couldn't resist it. It was like, I got it for just a few bucks. It's About Time. Now, what is this, you may ask? This is a 1960s Gold Key book. Only one issue. It was based on a TV series that only ran one season. It stars Joey Ross, who I loved in Car 54, Where Are You? And Imogene Coco. They're cave people. And they're astronauts. This is for this TV series was 1966-67. So these astronauts go past the speed of light and go back in time. Kind of predates Planet of the Apes, where the astronauts go forward in time. And they encounter these cave people. And it was produced by Sherwood Schwartz, who at the same time was producing Gilligan's Island. Now, the first episode, I really have to sit down and watch it. I'm not going to do it now because it's very early in the morning and I need to go back to sleep. I fell asleep on the couch and now I'm doing this and I got to get up in just a few hours. But the first episode is available on YouTube. The concept, typical mid-60s sitcom concept, is that these astronauts go back in time and encounter these cave people. And the ratings were pretty good at first, and then I guess most people realized how utterly ridiculous the show was. And the viewership dropped. So mid-season, they decided to flip-flop, and the astronauts repaired their spaceship, and then they went back to present day and brought the cave people family with them, because I think they have a couple of kids as well. So one shot, Gold Key, 1967, just kind of fun to have in the PC. A lower grade, House of Secrets, Nick Cardy cover. I think that's Nick Cardy, I'm pretty sure. And then an Unexpected, also. I think that's Cardy as well. Mid-grader. But got it for a couple bucks. Then I picked this one up. And I've been working on kind of my Charlton heroes, because that's actually to to get all the Charlton superhero books isn't that difficult. There are, some bigger keys like Captain Atom 83, First Blue Beetle 1, First Question, and the tricky one is the First Captain Atom. But anyway, Strange Suspense Stories number 77, last issue of the run with Captain Atom. So, yeah, I got a lot of the Peter Cannon Thunderbolts, a lot of the Judo Masters. There are only a handful of Blue Beetles, so it's a collectible title. Speaking of TV comic books, I grabbed this. Green Hornet, this is issue number 3. It was a TV series that ran in, I think it was 66, 67, or 67, 68. It was by the same people who produced the Adam West Batman TV series, and if you watch that series, you may remember the 2-part crossover with Green Hornet and Kato. And you may specifically remember that Kato was famously played by Bruce Lee very early in his acting career before he started starring in his own movies. I was able to watch, this is another one-season difficult to find book. I was able to watch the entire season. I think FX, like 20 some odd years ago, like in the 90s, did a marathon on New Year's Day or something, and I just recorded them all on VHS. I think it's probably available on YouTube. It has a lot of the same style as the Batman 66 series, but it's not nearly as campy. It's a little more serious. So, yeah, Van Williams is the Green Hornet and Bruce Lee is Kato. And I did get an issue in number 1 just a few years ago that I asked the seller when I bought it, can I look at it, count the pages and everything? Because he had it for like $70, or I think I paid 70, he had it for 100, something like that. And the first page was signed by Van Williams, the star. So, and then I get home and my daughter's like, why didn't Bruce Lee sign it? I'm like, because he died 50 years ago. He didn't really have a chance. I'm pretty sure there are no copies that Bruce Lee signed. If you find one, that would be quite the coup. Another Charlton book. This is an early Captain Atom, after Ditko left the title. Space Adventures number 42. This is from 1961, still 10 cents. So I think this came out the month before Fantastic Four number 1, just to kind of place it in Silver Age context. So it's a lower grade, probably like a 4, not so bad. Picked up this. This was a really good price for Power Man and Iron Fist number 50. The first, when the title is renamed. This went like through 3 names, because first it was Hero for Hire, then it was Power Man, and then Iron Fist kind of teamed up with them and they became the Heroes for Hire. And in the last 150 some odd issues are Power Man and Iron Fist. Just a few more. Picked up this. I already have it in the PC, but Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love number 4. This is the last issue of the series. This is from 1972. This gothic horror title that is quite popular. There aren't a whole lot of them out there, and it combines horror and romance. This was retitled Forbidden Tales of Dark Mansion, I believe was what it was retitled after this. So it's a 72 book. I already have a higher grade copy, but I figured that was pretty good. It'll be a Bronze Age horror book. This one I'm keeping. It's Super DC Giant, another of these compilation titles that had kind of all sorts of reprints going on, and it would be a different theme each month. It could be westerns. It could be, there was a Plastic Man, in addition to some of the superheroes. Actually, one of the Superman issues of this is the first cover appearance of General Zod. So it's S23. So that is a low-key pickup. And then a couple more. This is a variant for Harley Quinn number 1 from DC Rebirth. And this famous cover of X-Men 24. So that's it for the comic book haul from the flea market. I'm happy with the stack of PC books I picked up. Like, I need more, right? But these are all silver and bronze, and some, or except for a couple more modern ones. At any rate, this is some cool stuff, some interesting Gold Key TV books. So thanks for coming on this journey with me. I appreciate you stopping by. You can take a look at a couple of my other videos here. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.